Check 1, 2. Let's testing the volume. See if I sound okay. Be right with you. Let's get the party started. Hey Terrell. Check 1, 2. Let's testing the volume. See if I sound okay. Okay. I thought I'm a little bored today, so I thought I'd do me a little live stream. Here, let me shut my door so my wife don't come down the hallway yelling at me to shut my door. Hold on one second. Let me start my computer recording. So yeah, I need to clean up my desk here. Okay, I wanted to show you something real quick. Let me turn the camera down just a little bit right here. Okay, this here is my crap. Okay, and what we have here is all my video apparatus. Okay, these are mounts, and I have all these mounts. A lot of it I probably don't need. Okay, that I have. It happens sometimes when you watch other YouTube channels. But this here is a magic arm, I think they call it. So I used to keep my mounts and my video camera gear all in one bag. Okay, so this is the bag I have. This is a gear bag, and I did a video about this a couple years ago. You can go back in the channel and search on it. I bought this bag at Walmart back in the camping section, and it was $10. Okay, and I believe I bought it right after COVID. Okay. And it's very flexible without that plastic insert. It's got a lot of pockets. It's got pockets on this side. It's got pockets on the other side. It's got pockets in the front. It's got pockets in the lids, zipper pockets. Anyways, it's made by Ozark Trails, and it was called a gear bag. And I found a plastic tote over in the tote section. I took this bag over there and found these totes for $1.25. That makes this into more of a rigid bag, okay, a hard bag. And then I had my wife make me a foam insert for the bottom, because I started out with just a little bit of gear. Okay, well, I've ended up with a lot of gear and this is strictly for videoing. Okay. So what I decided to do, I used to keep my video cameras in here with the mounts that I needed. I would take them with me to work or wherever I would go, and I would use this bag. Let me get my live stream up. I would use this bag while I was traveling around doing videos. So now I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it my bag that I carry my mounts in. So I got this mount. Now I believe in RAM mounts. Okay, they're pretty good stuff, and you can buy just about anything you want for RAM mounts. You know, I've got this quick connect, this by mount by RAM. It'll let you connect to a handlebar or a tree or whatever, and then you can put a mount on the other side to put your camera on there. These are quick connects for the Pocket 3. I have them set up. I'm going to keep that one out. Here's another magnetic RAM mount. This works really good if you want to mount it on the side of your car or on top of your car and drive down the road with it. It works really well for that. Some more mounts here. Okay, this is a RAM mount ball. One for a phone. Okay, universal phone. Some more RAM mount stuff. Anyways, I'm a big believer in RAM mounts. I'm going to put all this stuff in. I got to clean this desk off so I can get to the main part of my video. Now here's something pretty cool. This here is a magnetic case for the P3, for the Pocket 3, and this is magnetized on this side, and you can put this just about anywhere. I've applied this to a piece of equipment, to the side of my car. So let's say I get out of my car, okay, and I want to film myself and I don't have a tripod with me. Well, I can put the Pocket 3 in this, and it just opens up like this, okay, and you put the Pocket 3 in there and close this up, and then you can mount this on the side of the car, and then you can just do a video. Okay, you know, it's magnetized. You can mount it just about anywhere that's metal. So if you don't have a tripod with you, this is a good option for doing talking head videos out in the field or whatever. I think I'm gonna keep that out too. Here's another bag of mounts and bits and pieces. Put that in there and put that in there. Get all this cleaned up. I don't even know why I bought this. This is a dual cold shoe, okay? And I've never used it, okay? But I have it, okay? So what happens when you got gas, okay? Anyways, I got that all cleaned off, and we're going to get to the main part of what I wanted to talk to you about today. And I'm going to talk about a lot of things in this camera talk. But I've been having this thing, okay? Let me get my chair out here. I've been having this thing, okay? And it has to do with my camera backpacks, okay? And I have I have 4 camera backpacks. Or not, I have 3 camera backpacks and 1 not a camera backpack, okay? And I'm going to kind of show those to you today, and we're going to talk about them a little bit and what I'm wanting to do and trying to come up with the plan to do it, okay? So, and also too, Phil, I'm testing this for tomorrow night's Zoom meeting. That's nice, yeah, a Neewer backpack. Now I'm not name brand particular. I really don't care as long as the backpack is functional. And the 3 that I have are semi-functional, okay? They're not anything to write home about. Well, one of them is my favorite. I do have one favorite, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with the oldest backpack that I have, okay? And we're going to talk about it for a minute. So this here is a Low Pro, I think it's called a Photo Trekker. And it's probably comparable to, it used to have the name on it here somewhere, if I can find it. Where the heck is that name? I've seen the name on this before. It's called, I'm pretty sure it's a Photo Trekker. Well, here's the problem with this thing. This thing here is 25 years old, okay? Yeah, no lie. This is probably one of the first camera backpacks that I ever bought, okay? You know, a long time ago, I used to shoot, let's see what this says here, made in Indonesia. Yeah, it wasn't even made in China yet. A long time ago, when I first got into digital, I'm like Carmen. I've been doing photography for 42 years. He's been doing it for 52 years. But a long time ago, hey, Mr. Folk Art and Camera, I just watched your Z50 Mark II video. Very good. Yeah, I was really interested in it. I have a Z50 Mark II. I think I left a comment there. Anyways, I bought this in 2000, okay? And I bought it from my wife. My wife had a camera, and she was going out with me and doing photography and what have you. And then she just became disinterested in it and never did it anymore. So I bought this bag for her. I believe I paid probably about $100 for it. I would compare it to nowadays to a AW200, okay? That's a Low Pro size. This is a Low Pro buy. I want to say it's a Photo Trekker. Anyways, it came with the typical inserts and what have you in there. And it's really not big enough. Let me show you, okay? It's not big enough to use as a regular backpack, but it is a pretty good little travel backpack. And what I do is when I haul my D500 and my 500 PF out in the field, okay, when I was at work and I'd happen to carry it with me, I would put that in this backpack, okay, just like this, all right? It resided right in there, okay? And, you know, if I wanted to put something else in here, I could, because the camera sat right in the middle. So if I decided to take a DX lens, like my 10 to 20 VR DX lens F-mount, you could slide that in there if you wanted to. And if I wanted to take the 70 to 200 too, I never did, but if I wanted to, okay, the 70 to 200 f2.8 FLED, I could slide it in here also, okay. So as you can see, it would hold a decent amount of gear, okay. You couldn't put a whole lot more in there. I might put a battery, you know, up here in the zipper pouch or something like that. And that's all I use this backpack for. I would never hike with this backpack. And the reason why is, for me, I'm 6'2". This backpack is really just too short, okay? If I'm going to go out back in the woods out here and sit in the deer stand we have in the tree, I have a carabiner right here. I'll take the D500 out there with me, nothing else, just the D500. I'll take it out there with me, and I would pull this up the deer stand, up the tree stand with a rope, okay, with the D500 in it. I wouldn't climb the deer stand with that in there. So anyways, I'm going to take these back out. I love this 7200 lens. And that's probably my least favorite backpack, but I don't want to get rid of it, okay? And when you get to the end of this, you're going to hear why, because I'm going to make this, I'm going to make my backpack problems go away, okay? And I'm going to spend less than $100 to do it. So that's that. Let me see what Phil said about that zipper. Some of us don't want to say how long in photography. Well, yeah, I get it, you know. Name tag is near the zipper on the low pro bags, okay? Let's see. Name tag is near the zipper. Near the zipper. I'm looking. I've seen it on this bag before. I just don't know where to find the damn thing. Maybe it's on this zipper up here. Let me open this up. There's another area right here. I haven't opened it up yet. See, it's got a pouch here too, look. It's got stuff in here. You can put stuff in there, okay? So it does have a decent amount of storage for a little backpack, but I have seen that. There's a place to put your keys. I need to explore this a little bit more. But anyways, the problem with this is just the functionality of it. I'm not going to get rid of it. Okay, it's got a lot of sentimental value. Okay, it ain't pretty, but it works. It also has the waist belt on it. See there? The waist belt built into it. And it's adjustable. Man, I know I've seen that name somewhere on here. But I want to say it's a photo tracker is what they called it. It's very comparable. I've seen the AW200s. I think, Phil, you got a couple bags just about this size, okay? And they're pretty nice to have. So that's my first backpack I ever had, about 25 years old. I'm going to put it off to the side over here. Now we're going to go to, the second backpack that I ever owned, okay, was a Low Pro AW650. Now that was a big bag. I bought it used off of eBay. It was big, okay, and I didn't carry all that much gear back then. I had a D1X. I had a 17 to 35 f2.8. I had 80 to 200. I believe that's all I had. I carried flashes and stuff because I shot weddings, and I took that backpack quite a bit to weddings. Anyways, this is my second backpack that I've ever owned. My third one, actually, but the second one I currently have. This is a Low Pro ProTactic 450 AW, okay? Now, they don't sell this anymore. It's the 450 version 2, the 450 AW2, and I don't think there's a whole lot of difference between those, okay? I'm not too sure what they upgraded with this. What's nice about this backpack, I'm going to get up off my chair here real quick so you can see. What's nice about this backpack is it's one of those tactical backpacks where you can hang stuff on the side. There's all kinds of loops here. And they send you with two things. I think it's three things, actually. I think I got a pouch somewhere. Yes, I do, right here. This pouch right here, this is a pouch, I use it for something else, came with this backpack, and it lets you attach this to this backpack tactically. I got some stuff in there. It has a water bottle holder, and I put on this side over here, and you can take this stuff off. It's just Velcroed on there. And then on the other side, I have a tripod foot, okay, and you can put a tripod in there, and then on top up here is a strap, okay, that you strap the top of your tripod in. Now, I've used this backpack a lot back in 2018 and 2019. It's been on a lot of hikes with me. It's been wet. It's really been a really good backpack. It's near the back. I can see it. He can see it. I can't see it, and I'm sitting right here. Let me look. It's near the back. Hold on, we're going to go back to this backpack here. He said I can see it. It's near the back. On the zipper? Man, I must be blind. Ha! He's right. There it is. He can see it. I can see it now. It was called a mini trekker, okay? Not a photo trekker. It was a mini trekker, okay? So I was close. Okay, Phil, thank you, Eagle Eye. He's sitting down in Chattanooga watching me on a video stream, and he got it. Hey, James. Yeah, I found it, James. I found it, James. Anyways, the 450 AW is a big backpack. Yes, it is, Phil. And it is it's one I used a lot for hiking. And I'm going to go show you the inside of this. We're going to talk about the good parts of it, and then I'm going to tell you the cons about it, okay? This is what the inside looks like. And there's more dividers. I don't have them all here, okay? They're all sitting back here on the table. And it does come with a hip belt that is removable, okay? It has zipper pouches on the inside. Boy, this thing is dirty. It's had a lot of use. This is really dirty up here. And what's nice is on the inside of the lid, where the hard part is, there's a pouch in here, a zipper pouch that you can put a lot of stuff. Now, like I said, I've done a lot of landscape photography with this bag, and it has a lot of sentimental value to me, and I still use it occasionally. And like I said, when I get to the end of this demonstration, I'm going to tell you what the problem is with these backpacks. What's nice about this is the waist belt is removable, okay? You can actually put this in here. It's got Velcro here, and you put it in the right way, and you get it in there underneath all that, and then you've got a waist belt. The waist belts have a pouch, a little pouch right here to put something in if you wanted to, maybe a battery or something. Another pouch on this side. It's got plenty of storage, okay? It's probably, I don't know, this one here is probably about, I think you can buy the AW2 right now for $200, okay, brand new. I don't know what you paid for that AW350, James, but that's a nice size bag too, you know. Anyways, another option here is if you had this on the ground, okay, you could just open the top right here, and if your camera was mounted on the inside at the right place, you could just reach in here and grab your camera out, okay? And like I said, there's that zippered pouch again right there. I mean, it's got a lot of room in there. So there's a lot of storage in this backpack. It's not as big as the other backpack that I'm going to show you in a minute, okay? This is not my favorite backpack. I like it, but it's not my favorite. It's totally adjustable. It's got places for little side pouches where you can put your keys. I think you put your keys right here. There's a little lanyard with a plastic clip on it. It's always a good idea if you're out hiking, especially if you're hiking with somebody else and you drove, okay? Put your keys in the backpack. Let them know where your keys are in case something was to happen to you and you got injured or incapacitated. At least they could get you to your vehicle and drive you without, you know, your keys being somewhere that, you know, or if you was knocked unconscious, okay? Let the person know you're hiking with where the keys are. I always do, okay? I always try to do that. Anyways, this is the Low Pro 450 AW, okay? Now we're going to go to the Mac Daddy, okay? And this right here, this is my favorite backpack, okay? This is the Mindshift ThinkTake. This is the 30L, okay? I bought this at a local camera store in Knoxville, F32, about, I want to say about 3 years ago, okay? Because I was looking for a different backpack with more capacity. Back then, I had gotten a drone that I was wanting to carry with me out in the field, and I needed something a little bit larger than the 450 would let me do. So I picked up this backpack, and I believe, I want to say I got this on sale for like $269 or $239. I just checked today, And I put a link to in the description of this video of everything I'm talking about today, so you can see how much this costs. But the First Light 30L is not made anymore. The next size up is the 35L, and they've redesigned the whole thing, okay? And the whole backpack's been redesigned. It looks a lot better than this one, or more options. And it is, how much was that? I wrote that down over here. Let me see. That backpack was $399, okay, at B&H. Okay, just check the price on it. $399 for this backpack. The Low Pro is $199 on Amazon. It's on sale right now for 40% off. And then I've got another backpack I'm going to show you. Let me catch up on the things here. Yeah, the well-used look at my bags, okay? Yeah, they do get used. It probably, are you talking about the Low Pro Terrell, or this one here? You think this is the same size as the Neewer? Anyways, one of the cons about the Low Pro is it will not stand upright on its own. It has kind of a rounded bottom. So if you take it off your back in the woods and you go to stand it up somewhere, it won't stand up. This one will. This one has a flat bottom on it, okay, and it will stand up just like it is standing right there right now, okay. This has a lot of cool features to it. This is really a cool backpack, and I really love it a lot, okay. We're going to start on the outside here real quick. It's got a pouch here for your tripod legs, and I normally mount my tripod on the side of the bag. There is an option to mount it on the front of the bag, or your back side, but I don't like my tripod back there, okay. I like it to have it right here on the side, especially if I'm going through rhododendrons or something in the woods. I can always tilt my shoulder down like this to get the tripod under those tree limbs and stuff, okay. So if it's in the front, I can't see it, it's behind my head, and the only time I feel it is when I get jerked back. So that's a cool option, okay. There is a place for a water bladder, a Hydro Pack. I have one. It'll take up to a 3 liter, I think. And I've got a cheap one I bought from Walmart. I don't use it very often because those things are hard to keep clean. And if you don't clean it good and it gets contaminated, then you're drinking contaminated water and you could get sick and all that. But what is good about this, okay, is it will take the bladder and you can put your hose right out through this little hole and you zip this whole thing up and it's contained, okay. So I have used it a few times. I used it on an 8-mile hike one time, and one that took more than 1 bottle of water for me to do. Anyways, the other option is don't use a bladder, and you could put a clothing article in here. You could put a light jacket in here or something, or maybe a beanie in the wintertime, or a set of gloves even, okay? I wear gloves when I hike. It's always a good idea to wear gloves, whether it's cold or not. I wear work gloves if it's warm out, because I'm out and around rocks and climbing around stuff, and you're always grabbing onto things, and it's just good to have protective gloves. On the other side is nothing, as a handle. There's another pouch over here. I guess you could put a water bottle over there, okay, and it has a SR quick straps on it. There's SR quick straps up here, and this is airline compliant. This bag will go in the overhead bins of the airline. All you got to do is take your hip padding, swing it around the back and strap it together, and this whole thing will fit in the overhead bin of an airline. Yes, that's a good question, Terrell. When I don't have my tripod in the house with me, it's out in my truck, but when I have my tripod, yes, the ball head, not a gimbal head, the ball head is mounted to the tripod. I've always operated that way. Now, I do know, I have hiked with some people before that detach their ball heads from their tripods and throw them in the bag. I never really got that. Why? Because when I put my ball head on them tripods, I really crank them down tight so there's no chance that they'll come unscrewed from the tripod. So yeah, you know, my ball head is fine, okay? It's well used, just like my packs, okay? But it gets the job done. I have an Acrotech GPX ball head. I've had it about 6 years now. Paid a lot of money for it. I paid $470 before COVID for it. They're more than that now, and it has never let me down. If you ever get a chance, check out Acratech GPX ball heads, okay? They're out of California. Anyways, that's pretty much it. This is fully adjustable. Now, unlike the other backpack where the waist belt would come off of the pack, this one does not. The waist belt stays on it all the time. So that's not an issue really, because if I don't want to use the waist belt, and sometimes I don't, I just don't hook it up. I just let it flop like this, okay? If I'm going on a long hike though, it's a good idea to wear that. It takes a lot of the weight off the pack. That's about it. There's a couple hidden compartments up here. There's one on your back side against your head when you're wearing it. It's zippered, so you could put your wallet up in there, or maybe your keys to your vehicle, something like that. There's another one on the outside part, but it holds the upper strap for the tripod if you mount the tripod on the back of the pack, okay? Which I don't use. There is room to put stuff up in there, but it's kind of tight, so I wouldn't use that. I'd use the zipper part on the front. The bottom down here is the tripod foot that comes out, okay? It comes out of this little compartment right here if you want to mount your tripod on this side of the back of the pack. Now, it comes with a rain cover, okay? And it's pretty versatile, this rain cover. It's in a little pouch like this, okay? It's made for this pack. It actually says it's made for the 30L. And when you take it out, it's really neat because you could actually use this for other things besides a rain cover. If you were stuck in the woods and it was raining on your head and you didn't have a raincoat or rain gear with you, you could use this, okay? You could just sit down on the ground with your backpack behind you and hold this over your head like this, okay? Another thing too, if you want to set your backpack on the ground, to open it, you have to set the part that goes against your body on the ground. So if you do that, you might want to put this down on the ground and set your backpack on top of it to keep it from getting all nasty and everything, okay? So I don't always carry the rain cover with me. I just kind of watch the weather and determine if it's going to come. I'll fold that up later and put that back in there. It's not really hard to do. So there's a couple more places. There's a side pouch here that unzips and zips. You could put stuff in here. You could put maybe clothing articles or maybe some snacks. I keep an emergency first responder blanket in there. Sometimes I carry a trash bag. Sometimes I carry pruners, okay? There's a reason for that. If you're a landscape photographer and you're around waterfalls, you'll know what I'm talking about when you have pruners with you, okay? That's to get something out of your way. Yeah, so there's another place right here where you can put stuff in there. It's kind of tight. I don't know if I would carry a computer in this one, okay? The new one, I was watching a video on those today. The new one has this whole pocket, outside pocket thing's been redesigned to take a 16-inch notebook, to take pencils and pens and a place for that kind of stuff, for writing stuff. So it's a little more versatile, but you know, it's $399 for the 35L. So you know, you do the judge on that. I'm not going to go out and buy a new backpack, but at the end of this video, when I get done here, I'm going to show you what I am going to do. So that's enough for the adjustments. Let's have a look on the inside. Okay, has a real nice padded top handle. So it's pretty typical. I have it set up kind of funky here. This is not how I normally set it up. I've been playing with the setup a little bit today. So it has some zippered pouches right here in the top. I usually put batteries in there. The center one has some Allen wrenches and some little hand tool things. And then I put a remote release and maybe the memory card holder in the top one up here. And then this is the main compartment right here. It's just a little bit bigger than the 450 AW, but I think it's more robust. The padding on this is a lot thicker than on the Low Pro, okay? And I think that the thought process of the way they design stuff, Mindshift, this bag has had just as much use as the Low Pro, and the Low Pro shows the wear more. Okay, this one here doesn't look worn at all. In fact, I could probably sell this for close to what I paid for it, $260 some probably. Anyways, now we're going to get to the part about what I'm having problems with and the cons, okay? The con is this, okay? I like to change packs depending on my mood and depending on where I'm going to go today. I don't like to take this big backpack a lot unless I'm going to go on a trip. And I am getting ready to go on a trip pretty soon, and I will probably take it with me when I go and put my gear in here. But I got to thinking about what I could do to make these backpacks work for me better, okay? And what I came up with is camera cubes, okay? And basically with the camera cube, all this stuff right here, okay, all this junk can go away, okay? You just take it out. What was that? Oh, there's an L plate. Just take it all out, okay? So now you got this compartment. You got this empty, I need to vacuum that out. Now you got this empty compartment, okay? So that's that backpack. Let me get the Lowepro real quick, okay? Let's just rip it apart, okay, while we're at it. And then I'm going to get a tape measure. I'm going to measure them a little bit. Put that right there. Same thing with the Lowepro, okay? What's nice too about the Lowepro, it opens up backwards against your back. So, you know, it's a lot better when you set it down, and for security reasons. So it opens the opposite as the Mindshift. But the same thing here, okay? Just take all this stuff out, all right? And get rid of it. And now I'm left with this empty cavity, just like that, okay? So my idea is to get a camera cube, and I got to measure this, okay? And bear with me 1 second, and I will grab a tape measure. Okay, I'm back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of measure the inside cavities of these. Let me catch up on the comments. Oh, you have a gimbal head on yours. Okay. Well, I don't use a gimbal head. I have a second tripod for my wildlife big shooting. It's a big Robus 5580 with a Really Right Stuff BH55 ball head on it, and I leave it on there, but I don't carry it like every day. I only carry it if I go to Cades Cove and I jump out of the truck. I may set it up. Anyways, approximately 12 inches wide, approximately 14 inches long, and about 7 inches deep. Okay, 12 by 14 is the main component here. Now let's see how big this Mindshift is, okay? Inquiry minds want to know. So it's about 11 inches wide. So the what did I say the Lowepro was? 12? But the length of it is almost 18 inches, okay? And it's at 6.5 inches deep. So what I'm looking for here, let me write this down. What I'm looking for is a cube or two, okay? It doesn't have to be a cube that is probably about 6 to 6.5 inches tall. Okay, you don't want any taller than the Lowepro bag is. And then one that'll fit in the dimension of this bag. So my idea is to get one cube, one pretty good sized cube, square cube, that will hold my landscape gear. So that would be one of my Z cameras. It'd be the Z6 II or the Z8, okay? It'd be the 14 to 30. I would take this as a landscape lens. The 24 to 120, I would take that as a landscape lens, and then probably the 70 to 200 on occasions. Okay, yeah. The charger light for the Z50 battery works okay with the new gray colored. Yeah, I'm still seeing on the Z52, I'm still seeing that charging light come on, but I have a solution for that in this video, okay? So I'm looking for, I lost my train of thought here. I'm looking for something that's 11 inches square, okay? Let's just call it 11 inches square. That would fit this bag, and I believe it would fit the Lowepro bag also. Let's see. Make sure. Yeah, it would fit both of these bags. So what I'm looking for is a camera cube, a cube that is 11 inches by 11 inches. I think we could probably go a little farther than that. Let's just call it by that. By no more than 6.5 inches deep, okay? And put all my landscape gear in the cube, and then I would be able to just pull it out of here and out of the, let's just pull it out of the backpack and put it on the desk, okay? Because right now when I come home, I got to unload everything. I got to unload my cameras and everything. I don't leave my stuff in my bags normally. You know, I just don't do that, especially if I'm going to switch bags. So I think I'm going to look for a camera cube. I've seen them on Amazon for about $50, $60 for good ones, and I think that's the route I'm going to go with, is try to get camera cubes for my backpack. And then I could use either one of these backpacks at any time, okay? If any of you ever thought about using camera cubes, leave me a comment in the description, okay? Anyways, I got one more bag I want to show you, okay? Got all this shit on the floor over here. I've just been having fun. It's been raining all day here in Tennessee, and we're supposed to rain all day tomorrow, and I don't know. Just too much water. Oh, the Near's 10 inches deep. Damn, that's pretty deep. Okay. Anyways, the other bag I have, the fourth bag I have, is the Think Tank Mirrorless Mover 30i. Okay, and I bought it for one reason, and one reason is I like to do walking around town type photography. Okay, and it's not really convenient to take a backpack with you to do that kind of stuff. So I bought this bag to wear like this, okay? Over my shoulder like this, okay? Like a messenger bag in a way. And I have in there the Nikon Z50 Mark II, okay? And it's got the 16 to 50 kit lens on there. And I also have the 50 to 250 kit lens I carry with it. I have a place to put an extra battery. I carry the battery for the Z52. And I also have a battery in here for a 15C. I don't know why it's in there, okay? Now, it's got a side pouch in here. It's got a little side thing. I carry a little tripod because this bag will allow me to carry the Z50 Mark II, the extra lens, and I can carry the 50 to 250, or I can carry the 50 1.8 in there, okay, which is this lens. Either one, it doesn't matter. I know Phil and David and them down in Chattanooga, they like to use those 50 millimeters, and I bought this 50 millimeter refurbished from Nikon. It's like brand new, okay, it came in like brand new. So I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but I'm going to try to get out and use it someday. I'll probably use it when I go on my vacation. Anyways, the idea about this was to be able to carry this, you know, around town where, you know, you weren't drawing a lot of attention to yourself. You're not carrying a tripod with you. I can put the Pocket 3 in here with me and use that little tripod and maybe one of those clamps I showed you in the beginning of the video and do some vlogging with it and that kind of stuff, okay? It has a lot of pouches. There's a side pouch over here to put stuff in. There's a side pouch on the other side that's real flexible, probably a water bottle. And then if you open this flap up, okay, there's another pouch right here. And it's got a rain cover that comes with it. See that? This Think Tank is pretty cool stuff. So it's got a rain cover that goes with it too, okay, stuffed in this little thing. And you can put some memory cards in there or some cables or, you know, anything really. So it's got quite a bit of storage. This here is, this is $59 on Amazon, okay? This is the Mirrorless Mover 30i. So I really like this pack for what, or this bag, for what I bought it for. I don't need anything bigger than this, because that was one of the reasons I bought the Z50 Mark II. I did have the Z50, but I sold it to buy this because of the better autofocusing and all the other stuff that comes with it. I wanted to use this walking around, urban photography, downtown, what have you. Hey Woody, how you doing? Good to see you. There's Phil Vignoli. Anyways, we got that, okay? So that was the big thing about my backpacks, okay? I'm thinking about going to a camera cube. And if I do that, I've been looking, I haven't found one I liked yet. If I do that, I'm gonna try to buy a quality one, because I plan on using it with both those backpacks at a time. The other Low Pro, the Mini Trucker, the first one I showed you, the 25-year-old bag, I will keep it because, like I said, if I go out back in the woods or whatever, I will usually go out there and put the rope on the carabiner and pull it up into the deer stand when I'm out there sitting there looking for wildlife, okay? I'm not a deer hunter, but my dad is, and he's got a stand out there and he leaves it out there all year. Anyways, I want to talk to you about a few other things. So that was the 3 bags and the mirrorless mover, and there's going to be links in the description to all that. Now, I was watching Folk Art and Camera today on his Z50 II video, and I was looking at his, it's really funny, I was looking at his Arca Swiss plate that he had mounted on his Z52. Well, it looks very similar to the plate I was using on the Z52, okay? And I did some checking, and I just happen to have this 3-legged thing L bracket. Now, I put a description to this, I put a link to the description for this in the let me start again. I put a link for this in the description of the video. It's a, I forget which one it is. It's a Zelly, I think, and it's fully adjustable. Now it'll fit the Z50 Mark II really well, okay? The only thing with this one is I've had this for a number of years, and I bought it at a local camera store. It has the Peak Design square plate on the bottom, not the Arca Swiss. Although it does work with Arca Swiss, I think I would feel more comfortable if that was not the Peak Design thing. So I'm going to try this L bracket out for a while. I really don't plan on doing a whole lot of landscape photography with this camera unless I'm on vacation with it and I need to. I mainly bought it for walking around downtown, doing street type photography, that kind of stuff, stealthy kind of things. But I'm going to try the L bracket out and see how it works. If it did work, then what I would probably do is I would take off this triangle holder on this side, and that would leave the little nub for the attachment, and then maybe take a Dremel or something and notch that out, so this would fit flusher to the camera body. As it sits now, it's about 3/16 of an inch gap. I don't know if you can see that or not, between the camera and the bracket itself. I like my brackets to be right against the camera. You can access the doors, okay? I'm looking at it here, and you can access the doors. They are accessible. Like I said, the only thing is I bought the wrong one when I bought this. This is the Peak Design plate, but it worked with Arca Swiss because I've already tried it out. So anyways, that is about $69 if I had to buy a new one, okay? I'm not ready to pluck down $65 yet. $69, I'm sorry. Yeah, and then I want to talk about, Folk Art and Camera was just talking about the battery life. So I was watching Hudson Henry a couple videos back, and he started talking about power delivery. And what he does, and he's a big proponent on this Z50, what he does is he has one of these Anker power banks, okay? And I put a link in the description of the video. This is a 2-pack for like 40 bucks, okay? And these are 10,000 or 20,000, I forget what it was. They take a long time to charge, okay? But he leaves this in his backpack, and when he puts his Z50 Mark II up, he just takes the USB port and plugs it up to the camera and goes on hiking to his next destination. Or if they're going like in the car somewhere and he needs to charge the battery up. And I tried this the other day. I was using the Z50 Mark II a lot for video, and I had run the battery down, and I was getting ready to change locations. So I just laid this in the seat of my truck. I think I was in Cades Cove. I was in Cades Cove. I laid this in the seat of my truck and plugged the camera in, and within about, I don't know, 30 minutes, it charged the battery up on the camera. So there's no need to worry about the battery life on the Z50 Mark II or the Z50, not when you got something like this. Whoops. This came in a 2-pack, okay? I believe it's about 40 bucks. Check the links in the description. I can wholeheartedly vouch for that. And they come with a nice mesh cover, okay, to protect it. Yeah, so that's one thing for the Z50 Mark II you might consider. Now the other thing I was dealing with was memory cards, okay, and batteries, all right. So let me touch on the batteries real quick since we're talking about power here. And sometimes I go out hiking in the woods with my D500 and the 500 PF. It just slung on my shoulder, and I'll show you how I normally go out, okay. The quick release, I mean the foot on the lens, I've changed the foot on the lens. I have a Leofoto NF100, and it fits multiple Nikon lenses, okay. But I bought, I have a Peak Design strap, one of the bigger straps, the thicker straps. I've had it for years too, and I bought quick QD couplers. Now these are the real deal. These are really right stuff. They're a little bit more money from B&H. I couldn't find them anywhere else but B&H, but I didn't want to buy Chinese, okay? Not entrust my camera gear with it. So this foot has a QD hole in it. So you just put that in there like that. And what I do is I just wrap this around my shoulder like so, and this is how I carry my camera, like this. The problem is I'm trying to be as agile as possible and not have to carry a lot of gear with me and that kind of stuff. So what I did, I needed to carry like an extra battery. I don't like to carry shit in my pocket, okay, because some stuff falls out of my pocket for some reason. I don't know why. So I found online a company named JJC that sells this pouch, and it will go on your belt. It's Velcroed. You can put it on your belt, okay, and carry it. But what's nice about this thing is it will hold 2 EL15C batteries. I think it'll hold Sony batteries too. There is a link to this in the description of the video. So I can put 2 charged batteries in it. And if I want to, and you can close that up, it's Velcro. There's a zipper part on the front and you can put in a memory card, extra memory card. Now, I've never had a memory card fail on me that I know of, okay? I have been with people that have had memory card problems before, and there's nothing like being several miles away from your truck with your camera doing wildlife photography and need a memory card and you didn't bring one with you. So this is gonna force me into carrying a battery and a memory card with me, because in the past it was an afterthought. I didn't think about it. What I thought about is I get my camera, lock my truck, put my keys in my pocket, and take off. Never thought about anything else. Never thought about the rocket blower to clean my lens off with. Nothing. Just get my camera and go. So I'm going to have this on my belt from now on with these batteries and a memory card in there. Now, on to memory cards. Let me take this off my shoulder. Let me show you one more thing, okay? This is the Nikon 180-600, okay? And one of the things I did to it is I replaced the tripod collar on it and bought a Kirk Enterprise tripod collar. Now, this is not cheap, but it's a lot more robust. Number one, the screws that hold it on are a lot bigger than Nikon screws. And I feel really confident with this. It has a QD port on it, okay? And you can put the same strap on there and put your Z6 II or your Z8 on there, or whatever you want to do, okay? And it comes off just like this, okay? Now, very easily comes off, okay? And I can put the factory one back on just as easy. I really like this tripod collar. The thing is, it's not cheap, okay? I believe it's about $265. It took me a while to decide to buy this, okay? But it's worth it because the actual foot plate right here is longer than the factory one. In fact, the factory one doesn't even have the Arca Swiss built into it. I don't understand that, Nikon. I don't understand these manufacturers. Why don't you just go ahead and put your Arca Swiss plates on these things, okay? Why do we have to go buy extra stuff to do this? We spend enough on this camera gear. We shouldn't have to do this, okay? Anyways, the memory cards. So this was my first memory card pouch I ever bought. I bought it at the camera store. I was in there one day and they have these little racks with trinkets on it. I think it was like $15. This is a Think Tank Photo SD Pixel Pocket Rocket. That's a mouthful. It has a clear back to it, so I guess if you wanted to, I've got a little memory card in there. I guess if you wanted to, you could put one of your business cards in there, okay, or your name. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I never even thought about that. So I'm going to slip my business card in there, and there's my name. I guess in case I drop it somewhere, somebody knows whose it is, if they're honest. It will hold 9 SD cards or 9 CF Express cards. Now I have it full of SD cards and 1 XQD card, okay? It's pretty much full, and I used it for the SD cards. So I have another one I purchased several years ago from Amazon. It was a metal aluminum case. It's one like this, okay? And it wasn't very expensive, $10 or $12, but it will only hold SD cards or micro SD cards. The micro SD cards fit. You can actually double up on them. The micro SD cards fit like that one. See it in there? And then you could put a big one on top of it if you wanted to. So I have that, okay? Well, I've started using CF Express B cards, and I've got 4 of those cards now, and I decided that I couldn't use this case to carry them in, and this case was running full with SD cards. So I bought another case from JJC, and there's a link in the description to this, okay? It will hold 6 CF Express B cards, okay? And I plan on buying a few more this year. I already have 4. There's one in the Z8, there's one in the Z6 II, and there's one in the D500. The D500 takes CF Express B cards. So I had the XQD card in here that came with the D500, but anyways, I'm going to buy some more CF Express B cards, so I decided to buy another case to carry those in. The only camera that I'm going to use that will require SD cards will be the Z50 Mark II. And in that camera, I got a free memory card from somebody. In that camera, I have a 256 megabyte or gigabyte Samsung, I don't know if you can see that or not, Samsung Pro. It's white, okay? And that's what I'm using in there. It's just a regular UHS, you know. So I've got 250 gigabytes in the Z52. I could shoot for 20 months for that thing. Yeah. And then one more thing about charging the batteries for the Z50 Mark II. It's unfortunate. That they did not send a battery charger with it, okay? So I went online and I bought this from Amazon. It's a USB-C charger, which I prefer over the electric plug chargers, okay? The Z50 did come with the charger, but when I sold my Z50, I had to let the charger go with that. And instead of buying a Nikon charger, I just decided that I would get this, okay? And there is a link in the description for this. I bought it from Amazon, but it'll charge 2 ENEL25 batteries at the same time on a power brick, on a power delivery brick over there. So, yeah. Anyways, that's about it. I just wanted to go over the camera bag part and talk about that for a minute. And I'm really testing this out heavily. I got a Zoom meeting tomorrow night with the guys on the Photographers Roundtable. So I tried to do a live stream a couple hours ago, and my microphone was not hooked up correctly, and I didn't know it. And I talked for about an hour, and somebody got on there and said that they couldn't hardly hear me. So I had to start all over again. So that's okay. Anyways, hey, we'll see you guys that are on the Zoom tomorrow evening. That's 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Kind of messed up on the time, and Phil corrected me on that. Let me catch up here for a minute. Yeah. Phil says he has not replaced his tripod collar on the 180 to 600. Yep, they all leave it off, Phil. I don't know why that Nikon and Canon and Sony don't do it. The tripod foot that they send with these big lenses from Nikon, they're pitiful. They really are. They're pitiful. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me, people. I guess you'll have to wait till tomorrow night to hear that story, Phil. Anyways, that's it for tonight, and I'll talk to you guys later, and see the rest of you tomorrow night. Bye-bye now.